what you're not going to do is to overcommit yourself to pure undiluted misery. If you see that the decisions that you're making, you see that the type of people that you're hanging around with, you see maybe the person that you're dating or the type of job that you have, if it is leading you to pure misery, then you need to reroute. But one thing you do not want is to find yourself in a situation where your mental health is suffering, where your spiritual and your physical health is compromised by the type of environment that you're in as a result of maybe the decisions that you've made or the people that you surround yourself with. One of the things that have helped me, and something that I felt as though was going to be really destructive for me, was that I surrounded myself with people that really loved me, people that are genuine towards me, people that want to see me succeed, people that want me to be the best version of myself, people that want me to be at my peak spiritually, physically, mentally. Those people, they nudge me whenever I find myself in a situation where maybe the decision that I'm making is highly influenced by the type of people that I hang out with, and people who will ultimately influence me to change course, which will not be in my advantage in the long run. Those type of people are very, very important. Those are the type of people that I regard as my core people. They are at my roots. They keep me grounded, and they are not afraid to tell me when I'm stepping out of line, or if I'm doing something that is out of pocket, or if I'm doing something that will be a huge disadvantage to me in the long run. So I always try to surround myself with people that want nothing but the best for me. And it is also very, very important when you see that you are derailing from your path, which is mostly positive and graceful and just towards the right destination, you need to reprioritize. What is it exactly that you want? What is it that you do not want? What is it that you want to achieve? What is it that makes you uncomfortable but is necessary? If you are in alignment with your priorities, then it is very easy for you to determine the course that you should take or the path that you should take, because your priorities are straight. Your priorities mostly influence your goals, they influence the way that you think, they influence your vision. So it's very important to have your priorities aligned. And also, when you look at the type of people that you have in your circle, the type of people that you're dating, you see that this person has nothing but disrespect and contempt for me, and there is elements of jealousy in the way that they treat you and the way that they engage and interact with you, the way that they respond to every single thing that is attached to you, then you need to get rid of such people, because nothing positive will come out of them. If a person constantly says things that are negative to you, for example, they say that you're useless, if they say that maybe you're not as creative as you think, or maybe you're not as smart as you think, or maybe you'll never get your business off the ground, things like that, you don't need that in your life, right? And you being connected to that person will result in nothing but you derailing and you being in a constant state of misery, and you do not need that. Because right now you're trying to work on yourself, trying to establish your business, trying to build your career, you're trying to broaden your perspective and broaden your take on things. You're trying to upskill yourself and be the best possible version of yourself. And what you do not need is a person like that who will constantly derail you. Instead of them reaffirming you, instead of them realigning you when you do something that is out of the ordinary, instead of them being present and being supportive in your quest, if they have anything that is negative or anything that is adversary to whatever it is that you want to do, then you do not need such a person, or you do not need such people in your life, right? Because that will lead to a constant state of misery. And the more that you entertain them, the more that you engage them, that is you willingly overcommitting to misery, or something that will result in misery. So you need to look into that. And another event where I see a lot of people overcommitting themselves to misery, you are enrolled into a certain university, and then you do this course, and you find out in the middle of the course that you do not want to continue pursuing this. You know that once you graduate, you're going to be employed for a job that is related to the type of qualification that you have obtained. If you are doing a course like that and you know that you do not like it, you don't love it, you don't want anything to do with it, it's best that you switch courses while it is still early. I know that making that decision might be incredibly challenging for you, and there's a lot of things that is attached to you. There's your mom's voice in your ear, there's the expectations that are attached to you. You could experience financial challenges, maybe you have funding and stuff like that. Change. because the main person that is going to suffer is you. It's not the people that are in your head. It's not the voices that you are hearing in your head. It's not your mom, it's not your dad, it's not your friends that are going to suffer. At the end of the day, you are going to suffer if you continue doing that. So do not overcommit yourself to anything that will bring you misery. Don't. If you are feeling depressed, if you have gone through very unfortunate events and the emotion that has been evoked as a result of those events, if they have put you in a state of depression, you must refuse to overcommit to that feeling of depression, because it will progressively get worse the more that you nurse it. Rebel it as much as you can. If you want to go for counseling, then do that, so that you will give yourself a chance to escape that tight grip of depression. It doesn't define you. Depression is not you. Your life does not end because of depression. You understand? Do not overcommit yourself to that feeling. Do not rebel it as much as you can if you are in a state like that. If you are in a state of feeling inferior to other people, and every space that you in, you question yourself because of maybe you have very low self-esteem and your self-image is very blurry, and you have had people that have like brought you down with the words that they said regarding the way that you are, who you are, and what you are and what you want to do, and as a result of that your self-image has been affected. And if you walk into rooms where you have other people that are quite strong and confident, and you constantly feel as though you're not worthy and you do not have what it takes, you need to fight those feelings off, because that is not you. That is not you. Do not commit to feeling inferior to anyone. Do not commit to that self-image that you have in your mind that is not a true definition of who you are. Rebel from that. If it means that you need to speak to someone, do that. If it means that you have to do a lot of reading, do that in order to boost your confidence. If it means that you have to trick your mind into believing that you are confident, into believing that you're beautiful, into believing that you have high self-esteem, you need to practice that. And you need to use the resources that you have at your disposal. You have podcasts that focus on self-development and enhancing people's self-images and building self-esteems and building mindsets, things like that. Why don't you immerse yourself in content like that so that you can build the way that you feel about yourself, and not allow that shadow of low self-esteem and lack of confidence to be the person or to be the character that you project. Refuse that. Do not commit yourself to that character or that feeling or that shadow. Refuse it, because it is not, and it will never be, a true definition of you and a true reflection of you. So do not overcommit yourself to misery.